Welcome back. This is the Go ESG ASEAN Corporate Sustainability Virtual Summit, ASEAN's premier virtual corporate sustainability conference and exhibition. I hope you enjoyed the earlier parallel sessions, and we're nearing the end of the summit. However, there's some other pertinent issues to address and discuss. At this point, I'd like to invite Mr. Dzafri Sham Ahmad, Vice President, Group Health, Safety, Security and Environment, PETRONAS, for his keynote at the stage. Over to you, Mr. Dzafri.
My sincere thanks to the organizer of the Go ESG ASEAN Corporate Sustainability Virtual Summit for inviting me to deliver the keynote for this session. Ladies and gentlemen, the Paris Agreement of 2015 sets a global target of net zero emissions and has become a benchmark for climate leadership at a global stage. With increasing attention on sustainability and climate change, more countries are setting net zero emission targets. China, as the world's largest emitter, announced in September of its ambition to become carbon neutral before 2060. Last month, in October, Japan joined the bandwagon, pledging to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. And just 2 days later came South Korea's announcement. Closer to home, Malaysia is also committed to reduce its greenhouse gas or GHG emissions intensity of GDP by 45% by 2030, relative to the emissions intensity of GDP in 2005. The sheer rise in the number of countries and organizations that have translated the Paris Agreement into strategies and visions of a carbon-free future indicates that sustainability and climate change is real and imminent. As the Malaysian national oil company, PETRONAS has always aligned our efforts to both the nation's commitment to the Paris Agreement and the global energy transition to a low-carbon economy. Today, amidst destabilized world economies caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and weakening market conditions, the need to future-proof the organization has never been more critical. Depressed oil and gas markets have narrowed margins, strengthening resolve among energy players to transition to lower carbon energy systems and solutions. Relevant strategies must be put in place and changes must be made now. Realizing this, we fell back on our statement of purpose, a progressive energy and solutions partner enriching lives for a sustainable future. We also stayed focused on our three-pronged strategy, particularly in stepping out, which primarily support diversification of our business with stronger commitment to sustainability. Just last month, PETRONAS was proud to declare our aspiration to achieve net zero carbon emission by 2050. As an NOC, declaring this aspiration is a proud moment for us, but we know that there will be challenges. It will require us to strike an equitable balance between providing low carbon solutions while still ensuring energy security. But it is a commitment which we are pledging to, not because we have to, but because it is the right thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, our aspiration of achieving net zero carbon emissions by 2050 is grounded on the principles of measure, reduce, and offsets. While Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions are measured and verified to meet the capping of our 49.5 million ton of CO2 equivalent target by 2024, we will continue to mitigate emissions through our strong base of operational excellence. This allows us to gradually reduce emissions as planned, while increasing energy efficiencies through reduction of hydrocarbon flaring, venting, fuel gas usage from our operations. As operational excellence alone will not be sufficient to support us in this journey, we have also lined up carbon offsets by means of energy-based technologies through renewables such as solar and hydrogen, and other low-emission solutions such as circular economy and nature-based solutions. This holistic approach is steered by our four sustainability lenses of continued value creation, safeguard the environment, positive social impact, and responsible governance. We believe that this will enable us to create new and inclusive opportunities that contribute towards a just socioeconomic development. Ladies and gentlemen, our Aspiration 2050 will present us with many challenges and hurdles along the way. We need to have a full understanding of market readiness and changes in consumer behavior in order to determine the required actions. In Malaysia and many Asian states, market readiness is still very much in the early stages. In fact, only Singapore has set a target to phase out petrol and diesel vehicles by 2040. There is no question that transition to lower carbon alternatives will require interventions by policymakers or regulators to set supportive policies that promote its growth and feasibility while balancing societal needs of energy, affordability, reliability, and sustainability. Despite these challenges, we believe there are opportunities in growing our low carbon portfolio and increasing circularity in our resource consumption to optimize cost. We already see positive results through the efforts that we have put in 2 decades ago to reduce emissions. For example, since the introduction of the PETRONAS carbon commitment in 2012 and up to 2019, we have managed to reduce an accumulated total of 12.8 million tons of CO2 equivalent of GHG emissions. In the same period, our technology strategy also have delivered improved efficiencies, and we recognize rigorous efforts and investments as required to stay relevant and competitive. Through advanced technologies, PETRONAS has prioritized enterprise-focused solutions with tangible value creation, enabling us to diversify our businesses beyond oil and gas, in line with our three-pronged strategy of stepping out. We are looking into the possibility of deploying more and more low carbon solutions in the long term, with a project on carbon capture and storage, or CCS, on the horizon. Other types of low carbon solutions, including carbon utilization technologies, bio-based products, and hydrogen, among others, combined with the integration of circular economic concepts into our businesses and growing our specialty chemicals business, will, and I believe, further support our 2050 aspiration. Another key driver that we will capitalize is on our partnership and collaboration with both intra and inter-industry players. As a member of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, we actively participate in various forums and hold engagements on best practices to tap into new opportunities. We are also a member of the Methane Guiding Principle, an international multi-stakeholder partnership between industry and non-industry organizations that will support us as we seek to further reduce methane emissions from our operations. In order to reach out to residential and small to medium enterprises, we invested in a renewable energy startup called Souls Energy Snembelhart in July this year. Through them, we intend to provide sustainable energy services solutions, thus promoting sustainable economic growth as well as reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Going forward, collaborations such as these and more will be a key driver for Petronas to grow our businesses and support a mutual green and clean agenda in a sustainable manner together with our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, as an energy producer, we need everyone to be on board on this transition. This is not something that we can do alone. The complexity of businesses connected with sustainability warrants a collaboration among industries, policymakers, consumers, and various other stakeholders. Technological innovations need to progress towards more cost-effective solutions, and consumers and investors need to embrace the energy transition and approach sustainability in a holistic manner. Strategic collaborations with governments are vital to develop the right policies, regulations, and incentives and define the nation's ambition on decarbonization. Key interventions to promote low carbon energy and solutions will ensure long term economic, social, and environmental sustainability, aligning to the global goal of sustainable development. In this regard, we hope to be able to contribute towards the development of Malaysia's national energy policy. Further intra and inter-industry collaboration will also be key for us to tap into other low-carbon energy and solutions as we work towards the net zero aspiration. Ultimately, we believe that the future lies in being a responsible organization that is steadfast in our commitment to sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, the new realities and the growing demand for organizations to embrace sustainability is no longer a surprise for all of us. In fact, sustainability is the new currency for organizations. It is a given. What we do now will have significant impact on the world, be it positive or catastrophic. The question now is, what kind of legacy do we want to leave for our children and grandchildren? We believe that the time to act is now. Thank you for your attention.